day to you, fine sirs. I am King Milinda. And who, sir, are you?
Good day, great king. As Nagasena, I am known, O great king. And as Nagasena, I am addressed by my religious followers. But although Nagasena is a name given by parents to children, nevertheless, the word Nagasena is just a denomination, a designation, a conceptual term, a current appellation. It is just a mere name. Nagasena is no real person, O great king.
Now listen, you 500 Greeks, you 80,000 monks who are before me. This Nagasena says he is not a real person. How can I be expected to agree with that? If, most Reverend Nagasena, no people exist in reality, then who, may I ask, gives you your food and your robes? Who is it that practices the Four Noble Truths? Who is it that breaks the rules, gives to the poor? Who is it that commits the 5 deadly sins? If someone should kill you, O Nagasena, would that therefore not be a real person? If there were no person, there could be no one that does good and bad deeds, and therefore no reward, no punishment. You have told me that your religious followers call you Nagasena. Then, what is this Nagasena? Are perhaps the hairs on your head Nagasena?
No, great king.
Well, if it is not the hairs on your head, then perhaps it is the nails, the teeth, the skin, the muscles, the sinews, the joints, the marrow, the kidney, the heart, the liver, the spleen, the lungs, the stomach, the excrement, the bile, the phlegm, the pus, the blood, the grease, the fat, the tears, the sweat, the spittle, the snot, the fluids of the joint and the brain. Are this Nagasena?
No, great king.
Well then, perhaps, Nagasena, you are instead the form, the feelings, the perceptions, your impulses, your consciousness.
No, great king.
Well then, if it is not that, it must be the combination of form, feelings, perceptions, impulses and consciousness.
Still no, great king.
Well then, surely what is left? But it must be that which is outside of form, feeling, perceptions, impulses and consciousness.
No, great king.
Then, ask as I may, but I can find no Nagasena. This Nagasena is just a word, just a sound. Who is the real Nagasena? Your reverence has told a lie, has spoken a falsehood. There is no Nagasena.
Tell me, great king, how did you come to the palace today? Was it by foot or by chariot?
No, I came by chariot. Would you like to see? My chariot.
Then please explain to me, sir. What is a chariot? Is it the pole?
No, Reverend Sir.
Well then, the axle must be the chariot.
No, Reverend Sir.
Well, good king, then it must be the wheels, or the framework, or the flagstaff, or the yoke, or the reins, or the goad stick that is the chariot.
No, Reverend Sir.
Ah, good sir, I understand. If it is not these things individually, then it is the combination of the pole, of the wheels, of the framework, of the reins. These things together as a combination form the chariot.
No, Reverend Sir.
Well, if it is not the combination of these things that form the chariot, O great king, then surely it must be what is outside the combination of the wheels, of the framework, of the reins, of the pole that makes the chariot.
Of course not, Reverend Sir.
Then, ask as I may, I can discover no chariot at all. This chariot is just a mere sound. But what is a real chariot? Your Majesty has told a lie. He has spoken a falsehood. There is no chariot. Now listen, you 500 Greeks, you 80,000 monks. This King Milinda tells me he came here today on a chariot. Yet when asked to explain to me what a chariot is, he cannot establish its existence. How can one possibly approve of that? Now let your Majesty get out of that one.
I have not, Nagasena, spoken a falsehood. You see, it is independence on the flagstaff, on the axle, on the pole, on the wheels, that this thing called a chariot exists. It is a designation, a term, a mere word given to the assembly of all these constituent parts at once. If any of these parts, Nagasena, were not here at this present moment, then I could not call this thing a chariot.
Your Majesty has spoken well about the chariot, and so it is the same with me. Independence on all parts of the body and mind, when they are all together in one place, you will find the designation Nagasena. This designation, this name, is only in existence when all parts are together. Only when all the parts are together can you use the name Nagasena. In ultimate reality, however, this person cannot be apprehended. There is no such thing. There is no real thing called Nagasena. And as the Buddha said, when all constituent parts are present, the word a chariot can be applied. So likewise, when all the parts of a being are present, the term being can be used commonly.